Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Vitaly with the SprinterArmor. Today we're going to talk about the EIS, electronic ignition switch, and protection for that module. As you may know, in an older Sprinter van, they had a physical key. You were able to put it inside your ignition lock, start the van, shut it down. In the newer van, they made an electronic key. And this guy is responsible for your ignition. But besides that, Mercedes made it as a central communication hub. So not only the ignition works through that thing, but your motor communicates with the transmission communicates back with the motor. If you have a 4x4 system, we're also including the transfer case computer and the rest of the systems. So it's like a central communication hub. That's besides the CPC module, which is also another communication hub. Unfortunately, Mercedes made both modules not waterproof or even water resistant. So any kind of water, any kind of moisture, any kind of accidental coffee or any drink spills, they can severely damage the module, both of the modules. But in particular this one, because this one sits right on the metal pillar here and get damaged right away. Also, famous do not shift gears, most likely in many cases, is the reason of that module being damaged. But everything starts with the water getting inside the wiring connector. This is the wiring connector. This is the wiring connector exposed without the cover. As you may see here, it has very thin little wires, like little needles. So any kind of moisture or water that gets inside that thing, those little needles get corroded right away and communication got interrupted. All sort of different glitches, all sort of different do not shift gears, no start, auxiliary battery failures. That could be a sign of this thing failure. Then water slowly goes through those wires inside the module itself. And when it's inside the module itself, it's done. You cannot repair that module. And if you don't have the Mercedes subscription for their online services, you cannot replace it yourself. This is so-called a safety part. So you need to have a special either subscription or to be a dealer to replace that thing. Average bill to replace that thing is around $2,000. But mainly the problem is that because of that little thing, it can be stranded in the middle of nowhere, in a campground in South Dakota or in Wyoming or anywhere else. So we here at SprinterArmor designed a EZS shield. This is a permanent 100% protection for this little module. We also discovered that water, like I said before, can travel through those wires inside the module. That's why we made a little improvement. It's called the water shield. This is the thing that goes on top of the EZS module itself. It's a 3D printed carbon fiber part with the printed rubber seal. And also we're giving the flexible rubber tape to wrap the wires. And once you put that thing together, it's a guaranteed protection for your highly expensive and very fragile ignition module system. So now let's just install that thing in your van. We'll start with taking that panel out, and I'll show you all the steps necessary to install that protection. By the way, guys, I totally forgot to show you the Mercedes solution of the problem, how to fix it. See that that bag, the part number starts with the A638. That's the Mercedes Vito early generation at the beginning of 2000s. So they took the part from that Vito, from that van. This is it, and dedicated to protect the most expensive and the fragile module in the Sprinter van. I'll tell you guys that it won't even fit the entire module won't even fit inside the bag with the connectors. Okay, I'll tell you even more, that this bag that comes with the module, I think it's probably will work better than the thing itself. This is a complete garbage, and now later I'll show you why. Because water, like I said at the beginning, it still can travel through the wiring and get inside even that bag. Okay, what tools do you need to get that job done? You need a Torx 25 bit, 10 millimeter metric, a little pry tool, screwdriver. I'm using my little favorite snap-on ratchet. First and the most important step, we're disconnecting our power supply, our negative battery terminal, which is located over here. Press on the button, that's it. Putting on the side. This is the first and the most important step. Disconnecting the battery, and do not connect the battery back until the job will completely be done. Next step, taking our little pry tool. My dashboard is out here, but you'll have a little panel here. You just take that carefully, that panel out, and you'll see 3 plastic grommets here. One here, the other one over here, and the other one under the hood release latch. Taking them carefully out. So carefully taking the bolt out. The other bolt over here at the bottom of the panel. It would be best to take this panel out as well, where the panel that covers your floor mat. Okay, put it on the side. Now you can carefully pull the panel out. Be careful of this spot here, because you can break that little notch here. So carefully bending that thing and releasing out. We also have our OBD wire over here. We need to carefully pull that little notch here and release the OBD socket away. Now taking the panel out. Under the mirror cover over here, you have those 3 little grommets, and Mercedes put little rubber gaskets underneath. Within the time, those rubber degrade, cracks, and water starts slowly getting underneath those little tabs. Mercedes put, I don't know why, but they put those foam here inside, as you may see. And that foam is not completely inside the pillar. So water slowly accumulates in that foam and just starts dripping on the module. And this spot here where you have the cup holder, any kind of accidental water, coffee spill gets right on top of the module over here. As you may see here, Mercedes did not align or secure that wiring in any way. It's just hanging unsecured at all. And I had some people emailing us and saying that the studs are in different location. I can guarantee you guys, 2019 all the way to 2026, the studs are exactly at the same spot. Moreover, modules are exactly the same all the way from 2019 to 2025. In 2025, they upgraded the module. They use it from a 447 Vito, but the box itself is exactly the same. They were trying to reroute this wire, realign in the later models, but it didn't help. It's not going to help much, and it's not going to fix the problem itself and the issue as I showed you. So I'll start. The module itself is not, there's those plastic nuts. They are just like plastic grommets here, and you can just carefully pry them. No need to unscrew them because you are not going to be able to do that. So we're just carefully pushing those nuts out, both sides. Carefully taking the module out. I recommend, yeah, you can take them out. We're not going to need them at all, so you can take them out. I strongly recommend to disconnect the socket and check what's going on inside. If there's any rust already present, if there's any corrosion process started, because once you seal it back in a protection, the process will continue to happen and the problem will not be solved. Okay? Check the connector, the blue one. This one is the most important because we have 3 positive wires coming through that connector. Putting it back, checking the same here. And the lower ones. Everything is good. Putting it back. Okay? Now, we're going to take the flexible tape that is supplied with the module. Gently wrapping this side here. Taking the other piece, doing the same with this one. Squeezing it so it's gonna. Taking our protection shield, aligning the way it's supposed to be. The lettering and those little notches needs to be on top. You can easily recognize by this insert needs just to be this side is a top side. Carefully squeezing, pressing in the module inside. Just make sure that the module sits flush, because now we're going to install the cover, and the cover needs to be the back of the cover needs to sit, because the back of the cover has those little notch all around, and it needs to flush together and sit precisely perfect. These little blue alignment pins, they are specifically made to align here. Even if you accidentally break it, that's no problem whatsoever. But you're aligning the pins here at the upper side. Rotating carefully the module. Taking our water shield here. I put a sign here. That's the way where the blue connector needs to go. So it sits like this. Not the other side. Do not cut this side. This is exactly how it just organically lays that way. That's the whole point of this thing, to get any kind of water away, lining the hole here for the stud, and then carefully putting the entire thing all together on a stud, on both studs. This is how it's supposed to look like. You might puncture those rubber pads to get the studs exposed a little bit, so you can easier put the nuts on top. So let's secure it with our 10mm nuts. So water cannot enter through those threaded studs. It doesn't matter that it might not look nice. Our goal is to protect the studs. So this is how our protection looks like installed. And I already took out the CPC module, because now we're going to do the water test. Someone online was asking if he was actually saying that we use the gardening hose to do the water test, and I would just add, yes, we did the gardening hose test, we did the spoon test, we did a cup test, and now we're going to do the bucket, not the bucket, but the can, and we'll simulate. I doubt that in real life you'll have that much of a water in this area, but let's simulate the water damage and put the water on a B pillar here and see if our module will stay dry inside. Okay, a water test. I think that will be enough. First of all, taking the water shield, checking, no water inside. Okay, taking the back cover. Trying not to break those alignment pins, but cover sits so tight there. Inspecting the cover, inspecting the module, taking the module out carefully. It's so tight. No water whatsoever inside. Maybe someone said that it's over-engineered or overprotected, but I'm proud of the product that we created. We did a lot of work to get it done, and it works, as you just seen. Order your ignition protection module today online at our website, SprinterArmor.com. We will be happy to see you, and I'll see you on the road. Stay safe.